It feels like you can't go 24 hours without some crazy new development in the field of AI. Github and Hugging Faces are having a field day when it comes to creating new AI models or combining existing ones in creative ways. And the latest iteration of that comes in the form of Microsoft's visual ChatGPT, a model that's going to completely change the industry. What does it do? You ever find yourself having fun talking to your best friend ChatGPT, but you just wish you could send it memes? That's where Visual ChatGPT comes in. Visual ChatGPT is ChatGPT but with images. It can send and receive images based on your text. But the real crazy part about it is that it can even edit and modify these images in the chat as well. It's like having a friend who can draw anything you want, except they're not really your friend and are just a bunch of ones and zeros. It's smart enough to actually see and understand any image you send to it, capable of giving a text description of the objects inside the image, their color, composition, pose, and any other descriptors that you can imagine. But that's not all. It can even manipulate specific parts of the image. If you gave it a photo of a cat and told it to replace it with a dog, it's gonna do that in a snap. Wanna change the color of the dog to yellow? Go ahead. Wanna cut out your ex from all your family photos? Sure, but it's no substitute for therapy. Give it a poorly drawn image of an apple and a glass that you whipped up in paint and tell it to make it into a watercolor painting. Voila, you've got yourself a work of art. Visual ChatGPT is like Photoshop that even your grandma can use. Like your own personal graphic artist with infinite patience. And this is all possible thanks to ChatGPT and the buttload of visual foundation models available on the internet. There's even a demo on Hugging Face that you can try out now. How does it work? The technical among you might be curious as to how Microsoft's latest AI graphic designer works, and it's essentially an AI model that uses other AI models for its dirty work. On one hand, you have the visual foundation models. Visual ChatGPT uses 22 visual foundation models. VFMs are the eyes of the AI. It allows AI to see the world and process that information. Not only that, but it allows AI to generate images as well, such as Stable Diffusion, which is great at generating images, while Blip is great at understanding them. And on the other hand, you have ChatGPT, an amazing large language model that comes scarily close to talking like a real human being, sometimes even more real than some people we know. What Visual ChatGPT does is that it combines the capabilities of these VFMs and uses ChatGPT to handle the text processing stuff, turning it into an AI image generator that you can talk to. The prompt manager is the glue that holds the VFMs and ChatGPT together. It's like a matchmaker that knows how to pair up the right models for the right job. It's essentially the brains of the operation, making sure the VFMs and ChatGPT get along and do their thing. It tells ChatGPT what each and every VFM in its arsenal is capable of, and helps convert visual input into text so that ChatGPT can understand it as well. The prompt manager uses LangChain agents to determine if it even needs to use a VFM model for the task you give it. If the answer is yes, then it goes shopping for the right kind of VFM for the task. It'll even use a bunch of VFMs together if it's feeling spicy. And let's not forget, the prompt manager also keeps a history of your chats for context. It's not going to suffer from short-term memory loss like some other models, and you can bet that it's going to remember that one time you yelled at it. But don't worry, it's just for one session, so the chances of an AI judge bringing up your chat history with Visual ChatGPT is low. How does it compare to other models? Visual ChatGPT is part of the trend of combining various AI models to get some seriously amazing software. We've seen this with Grounded Segment Anything and Microsoft Jarvis as well. But some of you might be thinking, how is Visual ChatGPT any different than just normally using Stable Diffusion or Midjourney or any other prompt image models? Visual ChatGPT is like a fancy chef who can make a delicious meal out of a bunch of different ingredients. But other models are more like picky eaters. They can only handle certain things. Even Midjourney's amazing new Describe feature isn't able to beat out Microsoft's Visual ChatGPT. It might be able to describe most images, but it's not capable of tweaking the nitty-gritty details all through text like you're talking to a person. On top of that, these models have trouble understanding casual dialogue. Sure, these models have come a long way in understanding casual conversation, but they still need some hand-holding to get the right results. But don't get confused between this and GPT-4's multimodal feature. GPT-4's multimodal feature is built from the ground up to handle text and image input, while Visual ChatGPT just combines ChatGPT with VFMs, and it's not even using the latest version of ChatGPT either. Building a multimodal system requires a ton of data and computing power, and if you wanted to add any new functionality to it like videos or voice, you gotta start from scratch again. That's the cool thing about visual ChatGPT. You just use what models are already out there like ingredients in a huge AI stew. Of course, we're making it sound way easier than it actually is. Is it invincible? Nobody's perfect, and much like its creators, even AI can be flawed, for now. The developers of this genius piece of tech have outlined a couple of downsides to their VFM and GPT love child. The fact that this model uses ChatGPT and VFMs is both its greatest strength and weakness. The model relies heavily on how well ChatGPT can assign tasks and how well VFMs can take care of them. If any of them slip up, you can bet it's not going to be pretty. Plus, there are so many VFMs that this model might not work the same every time. Talking about the crazy amount of VFMs in use, that also puts a strain on ChatGPT. There are only so many words ChatGPT can receive and pump out, so if Microsoft wanted to increase the number of VFMs to a completely reasonable number like, say, 1 million, ChatGPT would be like, nope, I'm out, you're on your own, buddy. But don't worry, there's a fix for that. Microsoft is already working on improving the model, and one idea is to add a self-correction feature. Yep, it'll learn from its mistakes in no time. What's next? Are they gonna give it a conscience? Who knows, but with the speed of AI development these days, we wouldn't be surprised. What do you guys think though? Is visual ChatGPT really a game changer or just a drop in the storm that is AI? Let us know in the comments below and be sure to leave a like.